Good morning, my friends. This is Lisa, your favorite spoon bunny, and welcome back to the Life Spoontastic. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell. That means you'll get notifications and so that you'll never miss a video. And you don't want to miss a thing. So to PT or not to PT? That is the question that was posed to me by one of my lovely commenters. And I'm going to be framing this from my own personal experience because, honestly, that's all I have. And I'll begin at the beginning. I'll be honest with you. When I was asked this question, it was kind of a loaded question for me because the original question was, do I participate in physical therapy, and does it help relieve my pain? And when I say that's a loaded question, it sort of is, because with CRPS RSD, this disorder is one of those conditions that causes intractable pain. And basically what intractable means is a fancy medical term for there is no making it go away. At least not completely. And there is no cure. There's no making it go away. There's no relieving it long term. There's only, hopefully making it less, and relieving it, short term, very, very short term, in all cases, when it comes to meds, when it comes to physical therapy, when it comes to any of the therapies. I've been recommended to acupuncture, which I absolutely will not do, because needle sticks are nothing more than tiny injuries, and everybody knows how I feel about further injuries. I just won't do it. I've been recommended to chiropractic care, which I have done before, but not post RSD. I've been, I've had all these other therapies, sort of thrown at me, sort of throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. And generally things are only ever short term. So intractable pain means there's really no making it go away long term. And so going into physical therapy, I knew, there really was probably going to be no relief. In terms of the pain management side. However, I knew there was a benefit to it for sure. So I went, with a very open mind, and I was actually very blessed. The physical therapist that was assigned to me was actually very familiar with CRPS RSD, and she came to me and she said straight out of the gate, I know your pain's intractable. I know that we're not going to relieve it. But we can do our best. And here's what my goals for you are going to be. I want to help you maintain your muscle mass, your muscle tone. I want to prevent muscle wasting. Definitely want to prevent muscle atrophy. And I want to prevent you losing the loss of your limbs. Because with CRPS RSD, that is an extremely high risk for us. We run an extreme risk of losing the loss of our limbs, of our affected limbs, which for me is all of them. Both arms, both legs are affected by my RSD, and so I do run the risk of losing the loss of all of my limbs. So it's extremely important to me that, I maintain as much muscle as I can, as much mobility, range of motion, woohoo, as I can. and make sure that, you know, that I stay as mobile and as capable as I can for as long as I can. I don't want to be that girl who's completely dependent on everyone else by the time she's in her 60s. So those were the goals that we put out there right off the bat. And so going into it, you know, we started the physical therapy, and I did one session. We went out on the exercise floor and we did one session weight bearing. It didn't end well. By the time I was done with just a few of their therapy exercises, I think 30 minutes had passed, and I was just drenched in sweat. I was literally gasping for air. I was just about ready to scream because I was in so much pain. And the therapist assistant went and got my therapist and said, this isn't working. She's not handling it. She's not coping. She's just not dealing with the pain of it very well. So the therapist cut the session short. She said, you know what? All right. I have a different idea. We're going to cut today short. Go home. Come back tomorrow. Bring your swimsuit and a towel. Turns out they have a heated pool. And they were able to modify my exercises and arrange them so that I could do them in their heated pool. Now, in a semi-weightless environment with warm water helping my poor overstimulated nerves to deal with, you know, life in general, I was able to do that therapy. And let me tell you that warm water therapy goes a long way towards giving you some pain relief while you're there. And the physical therapy exercises done in the warm water helps you maintain your range of motion, you know, without the strain and the pain of the weight bearing exercise. So if you have the option and your physical therapy or your physical therapist has the facilities, I absolutely recommend physical therapy, especially in the heated pool environment. Because a lot of what they had me doing was everyday things that I should normally be doing. Walking, like almost stair climbing with my feet, squatting, sidestepping. They had me, you know, doing arm stretches and maintaining my range of motion with my shoulders and my elbows. They had me doing some core exercises to help support my back. Because of course my spine is a major issue. In addition to my CRPS. They had me doing some neck exercises because my neck is an issue. I have herniated discs in my neck, as well as a bit of a malformation in the vertebrae themselves. It just, long story short, instead of, curving forward as a normal human neck should, making a curve forward, my neck is like stick straight. So it's like having a bowling ball at the end of a little twig that just doesn't bend properly and isn't, formed the correct way. So I have a lot of neck issues and occipital neuralgia, and so they had me doing all sorts of neck exercises too. So it was just, I absolutely recommend physical therapy in the right setting for you. I can't imagine that warm water therapy is uncomfortable for anyone. However, I can be proven wrong by CRPS patients who have different symptoms than I do. Remember, we're not all the same. We don't have a one size fits all CRPS experience. So don't quote me on that as far as like the warm water therapy being uncomfortable for as far as the warm water therapy not being uncomfortable for anybody. There are always exceptions to the rule. But to answer the question, does physical therapy relieve my pain while I'm in the warm water? Yes. Yes. The warm water definitely helps with the pain relief. And while I'm doing the exercises, it helps maintain my muscle, helps maintain my range of motion. And that cannot be a bad thing, I know that my husband and certain others of my caregivers look at my insistence on doing a lot of things for myself as stubbornness. But there's also a lot of, hey, I need to be up and moving. I can't just rest on my laurels and not do anything, because then I run the risk of atrophy and I run the risk of losing the use of my limbs. And so I hope that this answers the question. If you have any others, I'd be more than happy to hear them. And there may be an episode forthcoming. I know that PT is one of many in a long line of sort of alphabet soup abbreviations that we as professional patients have to learn. So I may do an episode on the alphabet soup that comes with being a professional patient. But until then, I hope this answers the question. If not, please let me know. I'll be happy to elaborate any further, a little more if I can. And if not, I'll just have to ask you to forgive me. Brain fog only lets me go so far. So until next time, my friends, this is the Spoon Bunny signing off. May your spoons be plenty and your troubles be few. Have a great day.